8 a.m. Thursday, November 14th, 2024. Yeah, an interesting. I walk over to my bed and I hear a noise like somebody's like just outside my window again. Like I'm being stalked. And that is what it feels like. Stalking. When you have an area that used to be like full of a range of noises and then it shuts down fucking completely. And then it's like sound deliberate the noises they make go through the place, and they're like weaponized level of sound, people screaming shit that no one ever screamed before. Like, yeah, it becomes stalking. Somebody wants to play territorial pissing games, get an infection. Like, anyway, and then I was like, you know, with everything you've done to me can just happen. I have 0 viewers and I'm gonna wait till it says 1. Just wait. Like everything you've done to me in this like hypothetical hell, that will be what happens to you. And then thinking like there's probably people that have done nice things for you at some point and you didn't even know it. Yeah, well then, like, it's just, I'm a humanist. I don't believe in the shit on that level. I have a viewer, 1 minute 30 seconds in, that probably won't say anything. Like, it is possible to do this and there's 0. I kind of want to keep it that way. I just need to do, I can't save 100 videos on my fucking phone. This is easier. Yeah, at this point, I don't even want to talk to people on this fucking app. Just hide chat so I don't even see it. If they talk. Fuck this. Well, yeah, before I continue, it's 'cause something about in 2020, the cops were streaming things. So it's like the idea that a cop is stalking me, or somebody who wants to play pretend cop, and they're streaming out what I'm saying and doing somewhere, I guess, is like the thought that's in my head. And so they're like stalking every time I come online. I had just knocked them off when I stopped the thing, and then they came back because it says I'm live or something. Is there a setting so I can make it so it doesn't tell people when I'm live? I bumped off every one of my followers. Like, I got them off of my thing. So I don't believe you that there's always like one guy, and then when you're being like go away, they don't go away. That's stalking. It's not just like go away. I said go away. Still says 1. I hope you fucking hate yourself, because this isn't for you. Somebody following me around. Yeah, you're like trying to ruin it so people don't want to be on the internet. Oh, because what? Someone might find out what you guys were doing someday. They have the like tech insight to like know what your IP address was and like find out who you were. I don't know, be scared. All you're doing is terrorizing me. Why shouldn't you be scared? And so back to the story idea. Yeah, exactly. So it's like just shit that you did to people on purpose, deliberately, you know, not in self-defense. Like, they made me be somebody that I don't like being, screaming to try to get people to go away for years now. Like, that's not the real me. That's me having to defend myself against some crap that's all around me. And they want to turn you into some Jesus freak like them. I'm not your religion. That isn't how life works. Get over it. I need to be in the fucking future where there's smarter people that know all of this fairy tale crap. It stays where it belongs. I don't give a fuck what you want me to be. You're a terrorist that invaded my life and my home. mean, yeah, and in a way, took over. This mentality has taken over my life since I was a kid. That's also why I'm like, I was supposed to like be away from this crap and not have to deal with it anymore. That was like part of moving here. Yeah, I don't have somewhere else to go and I shouldn't have to leave. It has protections for non-believers. It's only a matter of time before that's like, yeah, empty the treasury right into my pocket. Because, like, how many of you fuckers were in on it? Yeah, make sure it's me and not some fucking fake double that you have running around pretending to be me. That should be really fucking obvious, too. Yeah, I hope they get really screwed. I mean, they'll spend the rest of their lives in jail for the shit they pulled on me. If that's what they pulled on me. Boo-hoo. Poor baby. Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't have wanted that for anybody. I wanted reform. And you went and, like, you use that as an excuse to, like, ruin people's lives. You're the one that belongs in a fucking labor camp. Scrubbing toilets every fucking day. Doing chores and making merits. I did my time. And I would never, like, steal somebody's fucking identity. Or torture them. Or any of this shit that they're doing. Stalking people. It's not a tactic. You just don't do this shit. But we're stronger than you. But you're evil. You know, it's like if Hitler won. It's not something anybody should want. What? Oh, and then just trying to go through, like, your own life. What have you ever done to or for anybody? That would be, like, you know, at all. I knitted somebody a scarf that I was dating. I got people presents. I threw them a party. Yeah, presents where everything was their favorite color. And sewed their names into, like, stuffed animals. I made somebody a cake shaped like a ukulele out of, like, Debbie's snacks. And it was supposed to be like, surprise, it's not really a cake. And they stabbed it with a knife. And then told me, you can't buy me love. They were so cool and nice, really, at the time. I have... What? No. I've never had sex with more than one person at a time, and I don't want to. Stuff I've done to or for anybody. We used to play kind of rough when I was a kid. Like, had a move to, like, take you down by... It was like a self-defense move thing. You, like, come up behind their leg and then, like, hold them down to the ground. But, like as if you're doing a dip. You know? It wasn't, like, on purpose to be, like, painful. They used to pop their mouth over my ear. Yeah, we would lick our entire hand and, like, wipe it on each other's face. That kind of shit. Yeah, holding pinkies or something. Because we were friends. Friends forever. Sad. God, I want to be able to fucking make this viewer go away. Because it feels like a stalker. They don't say anything. You say, like, go away, I don't want you here, and they don't leave. If I could go live on a different app, I would instead. Fuck this crap. At least, like, something where you see their screen name. Like, so-and-so is watching you, or joined the room, or something. Instead of just, like, yeah, that would be helpful. And then you would know who it was. Let's see what else. Yeah, I hated it when they would pop their mouth over my ear. I hated it. But, you know, it's, like, so different when you're friends. Everything is different when you're friends. Presents, cards, like a homemade giant heart that said their name. Yeah, a lot of stuff I remember because I took a picture of it. So I'm remembering the photos I have. Driving, if people wanted to come for the ride, playing music. Walking to Wegmans at 3 o'clock in the morning for pretzel bread. Watching Buffy for 3 weeks. Getting sandwiches. Oh, that sounds like really good right now. One of those fucking college... What was the place called? The Subconnection. Subconnection sandwiches. Yeah, I got really fat. It's college. It's okay. Fat or thin, you're still a person. But, yeah. What else did I ever do for somebody? or to somebody. This, in a way, this is even more fucked up because I would never show up at somebody's job, like, unannounced. Like, I learned not to do that was wrong. And, like, showing up at their house. Yeah, I went to my ex's house one time and, like, knocked on their window, and I never did that again. And they would come to my building and, like, just be, like, walking around my building and be like, hey, and then they'd come have sex with me. Like, they wanted to see me. So there was not a sense of, like, they did that a whole lot more than the one time I went to their house and knocked on their window. Yeah, there's kisses I regret having. I just wish that hadn't happened. Um, we went to Taboo once, me and a friend, and I mostly, like, wanted to, I don't know, they had kissed me and stuff at some point. I don't know. There was, like, sexual tension, but they were gay. I liked them. I didn't have any, like, intention with them. They were gay. But we were, like, day drunk or something, and, like, went over to Taboo, and they had, like, glory holes. And I didn't put my mouth on anybody's dick or anything. I kept, like, spitting in my hand. I don't even know that we made anybody come. It was, like, just really awkward. Kind of lame. Somebody offered us meth and was like, no thanks. We left. Yeah, imagine that. That's why people want you to fucking leave. Because you don't want to go do weird shit at Taboo. And you don't want to do meth. And you don't want, like, shit. That's, like, what they want you for. And I don't want to. I should have been working for NASA or the Library of Congress. Like, get away from me. Yeah, I saw somebody has the emo Miss Frizzle. They spell Mrs. So it's a little different, but they're like an actual teacher. And they had a thing on their Twitter unpacking their classroom. And, like, they got to put up lights and the full, like, pride flag that has the racial justice, like, arrow and the rainbow. And, like, figures of history. I mean, they made their classroom look fucking badass. And it's just like, that's what I should be doing with my life. Like, at least designing a classroom. If you can't, like, you don't know enough to teach the subject unless you were looking it up. Like, that's how I have a certificate to teach English as a second language. And every single lesson, you just look up the topic the day before. Like, you just Google it. So it's like you taught yourself the night before, and then you teach them in class the next day. No one knows what a past participle is off the top of their fucking head. I'd have to look it up right now even. And that was literally one of my assignments. Like, the past present participle. I don't even remember what the fuck it is, honestly. I have to look it up. But then you could, like, teach it. Maybe that's the secret of all the teachers. Like, they have a curriculum, but they look that shit up, like, the night before. And then they make handouts. And everyone seems like a super genius, but they're just, like, baby steps. And they remember shit from teaching it for 20 years. I'm talking about like a brand new teacher. The first like 5 years, they're like looking shit up on the internet. It's just funny because of what you assume. Like, I couldn't do that job unless I was like a Mensa scholar. Like, no, you have Google, don't you? You could do this job. The classroom looked really cool. Yeah. Why didn't you get... I don't know why it never even was like a suggested... Like, dude, get a degree in education, you stupid fucking moron. That's clearly where you belong. What the fuck? Yeah, I feel I missed my chance to be something more than just... Anybody can write. It's the 21st century. If you've read a book, you can write a book. Well, yes, stitching together, that's all choices. That's not what I mean by like you can write. I mean, like, there's shit that got put on Amazon, people bought it and it has spelling errors. Like, yeah, I mean, Harry Potter even has this weird... If you read the very first book and then the epilogue of the very last book, it feels like those things... And I think it's... Yeah, they were written at the same time. But it also feels like they were written by somebody else. It wasn't just that their tone had changed over time or something with each passing book. It's like... that one whole part was someone else, and then the rest of it was written by like a distinctly different voice that was a little more clear. Maybe, yeah, it was just edited that way. I don't know. I've always noticed that, though. Like, it was like processed different. And yeah, that was a book, I read that before I took the SATs on purpose, and I think it boosted my score. It's almost like it was designed by a teacher because it does this like context clues for a vocabulary thing as you're reading it. Like lots of little words and then a big word, and then it teaches you what the big word means. Like, Lord of the Rings is like really stuffy and hard to read through. And yet the way that they describe stuff and the where they put dialogue and how they end a transition into another chapter and stuff. Like, I learned how to do stuff because I read Harry Potter multiple times. I really need to find another app because I don't want this thing here. I'm just gonna do that. What a waste of time. 3:33 in the morning.